this Mahaprasadam to Gurudev's room, and he can take it without touching the other pots, and everything there is already Prasadam. Prasada means the mercy of Krishna, the remanence of Krishna. So you just brought here actually to the altar the representation of what was in the kitchen, but your desire is to offer everything in the kitchen. Everything. Like Anakut. Every day should be Anakut. So you are not only offering this much small bowl of rice to Krishna. You are offering the whole pot. Everything you have cooked, you are offering. But you cannot bring everything. It's not practical, no? So you just symbolically bring. But in case if he wants more, then how are you gonna do? You only gave one plate. So better you offer already everything. Then everything. Whatever he wants, you take everything. And he can take as much as you offer. So in that case, the point is that in Mat officially, this Mahaprasada plate will never go to kitchen again. Never. Because it will make the kitchen prasadi. It will spread Mahaprasada all over and it will make prasadi. So they have to clean the whole thing to start cooking again. So it's not practical. But now comes the question. If I just told that whatever is inside the pots are prasadam, why that is not contaminating the whole kitchen as prasadi? Because there is a rule which says that only when that will come out of the kitchen, when you cross the door of the kitchen, it is technically prasadam.
Right.
While it is inside, it's not being counted yet as prasadam. It is in a potential prasadam. As soon as it crosses the door of the, don't ask me how and why. This is the rules of no achintya, I cannot answer why. It's just like the way they do. So as soon as it crosses the door of the kitchen, it becomes prasadam. It cannot go back. Won't go back inside kitchen. It goes to prasadam hall. And there it stays inside one box if there is any leftover. And then what will happen? That will go to the washing place, which is separated from the kitchen, outside of the kitchen. And that after everything is clean, then they bring the pots clean inside the kitchen. Like that. So in this way, this is the way. But at home, different standard, different things, of course. If you bring this Mahaprasada plate inside the kitchen, then you're gonna mix everything inside the pots. Okay, no harm. After, if you want to start cooking again, just make sure you try to, clean the stove, or otherwise just, sprinkle some water on the stove like that, and make it like more, like, what to say, purified, huh? Yes, like that. And then, now comes the point of distributing. No problem. Distributing the Mahaprasada or the Prasadam itself. So it's better to always bring the pots and offer to the Vaishnavas, in the way they like, the quantity they want, the items they want. It's practical to prepare all the plates separated in the kitchen, but it's actually not a good result for those who are taking Prasadam. Because sometimes you don't want to eat something, or you want to eat more of something or less of something, or there is a newcomer coming and he's like diabetic, he can't take all that sweet, or he can't take salt, he has a high blood pressure, or he don't like some item and he will feel embarrassed and he will feel like pressure that he has to eat. So, and this is not good. This is a kind of violence, So we should not cause anxiety, especially for devotees and newcomers, what to speak of, So we should take a little bit more trouble, but make sure you give everyone what they like and what they need. In this way also, you waste much less prasadam. Because when you prepare the plates, you can see afterwards in the garbage bin, so much prasadam is being thrown because people are not eating. They don't want what to do. It's not practical. They cannot call someone, hey, take back this and bring back that. It's not possible. Hundreds of people. So therefore, we should take more sacrifice for Vaishnava Seva. It's very important. And come, small plate and serve everyone. Otherwise, you buy buckets. So simple, so cheap in India. When I opened my center in Brazil, I brought everything from India. Steel pots, steel buckets, spoons, and a big pressure cooker. Very cheap and very easy, We can just, manage that. Yeah. And also, another conception about Prasadam is very important. Is that it happened once. I told that about Srila Narottamananda Prabhu, this Bhakti Kamala Madhusudana Maharaj. And he was doing installation of his temple's deity. And he called even Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj to be the like the pujari, and to do all the yaga and all the installation, everything. But Srila Puri Maharaj, he was taking too long because he likes to do everything like methodically, And Srila Bharati Maharaj was assisting him in that. And was coming the time for doing arati and offering, distributing prasadam, and was crossing the time, and Madhusudana Maharaj was very worried that all the guests there, they should not wait, because they also have to go back to their places and do things. So what he did, he separated in one plate Thakurji's bhoga, brought inside the altar, and immediately he ordered the leftover to be distributed to all Vaishnavas as prasadam. Yes, although it was not technically offered to Thakurji yet, but he made that rule, and from that point on, we have seen that Vaishnavas are maintaining that standard when it's needed. I have seen in my own mat many times. Sometimes we see they want to take some advantage. We see some brahmacharis a little bit in a hurry, but only in emergency, not all the time. Not all the time. Yeah, we should be very careful. And also, we should be very careful to avoid also embarrassment, in the sense that if someone comes and they're hungry or they need something and it's not offered yet anything, you should make sure that you have to somehow serve that person. I'll give one example. In Russia, one place, they were doing like a festival, invited new people to come, and there was a pregnant lady, and she was very thirsty. And then she came to the kitchen and she asked them water. The answer she got was that we haven't offered the water yet. We have to wait until we offer, otherwise we don't have Mahaprasada water. It's very Kanishta mentality, very neophyte mentality. You have invited that person. She's your guest, and guest is good as God. This is a Vedic rule. You can't neglect your guest. And she's asking for water, and you say that you haven't offered the water. This is very bogus things. Immediately you should, at least if you want, put water in Thakurji glass, keep that aside, or transfer some of that water to another container, and then you distribute that water. Immediately. Being boga or not being boga, that doesn't matter at all. Not only for karmis, but for devotees also. Devotee come to your house, is coming from job, he cannot wait like the whole program to go on, he's like being, not eating nicely the whole day, he's feeling weak. And you're gonna impose him to sit 2 hours to listen Maharaj Katha in empty stomach like that, he will never concentrate. He'll be in anxiety and he'll be cursing me, for speaking too long. Because he's very, hungry. So that person should be given food or prasadam at any moment. And you should not feel embarrassed to ask also to eat before time if you really need that. We are not in a concentration camp. This is our main concept. This is not for suffering. We should be very, very conscious about everyone's welfare. Some people have drops of blood pressure. they need to consume food. Some have diabetes they have to take, some have medicine to take. So we should always be flexible and open and make sure that everyone knows that anytime they need to eat anything, they should have that chance, especially children. Children, you can't force them to wait until like 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. to eat, you know?
No milk.
Yeah. They're always hungry. So if mother perhaps not bringing any snacks for the children, those who are hosting, they should manage. Don't care. Give boga. Don't think twice. Don't think twice. Give boga. Give whatever you have. Fruits, biscuit, whatever. But make sure you're satisfied. So hosting devotees is big responsibility. We are not inviting anyone to suffer, to face austerities. This is not Vaishnava's program. This is love and affection program. This is a place that people should feel welcomed and nice and satisfied always. So like that. There are many things that we can speak. Now our time is over. If you have any questions, we can